Hi there everybody, hope you're well. We're here with some more exercises from our Yoga for Runners and Cyclists class. These are all exercises from our February routine that we're running at the moment. As always, no equipment needed, just a little bit of space to move around on the floor. First of all, the main focus is all going to be about the hips, a little bit across the lower back as well. So hopefully we're going to try and create a little bit more movement around those areas now. All that we need to do to begin with is when we come to seated, it's quite easy to start off this one. Come to seated with the legs out in front of you, but we're going to take your left leg behind you, right foot comes to rest on the top of the thigh here. You might feel like you're toppling over a little bit when you're doing this one, so if you do, push yourself up and just place a cushion or something underneath the bum. That'll stop you leaning away. So we're coming up nice and tall. We're going to add a twist. You're going to twist over to this right hand side, left hand onto the opposite knee. Keep yourself nice and tall and try and really twist all the way up the spine. So you're turning the head to look over your right shoulder. So we would hold this for a little while in the class. We're going to move straight on to the next phase though for you guys. What we want to try to do to get a stretch through the front of this thigh is allow the hip to lift. So this left hip really lifts, so you're lifting the bum off the floor and you're rotating even further. And that should give you a bit of a stretch across the quad here, but most focused right up into the top of the thigh. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to untwist there, but you guys of course can stay there for a little bit longer. And you would then go on to the other side. What next we're going to do is we're going to cross the legs. Again, if that feels a little bit uncomfortable, cushion underneath the bum, block underneath the bum if you've got one. Place the hands on the floor in front, slide them away from, I'm going to move back so you can still see me. Slide the hands away. We're just trying to release off the lower back and the outside of the hips now when we're doing this, all around these hips. Just remember we're trying to keep the spine nice and long when we do it. Temptation when we're doing these sorts of things is to let the head sink. We don't want to do that because that'll just change the stretch into something coming a little bit further up the spine. We're trying to work all around the hips. So if you want to, when you're here as well, you can focus on one side over another by turning the hands either to the left side or the right side. Just when you do that, just try and make sure that the twist comes from the bottom rather than an arc through the spine. Okay, so I'll come back to the middle. And you will always just push yourself up from the middle with your hands. Perfect. One more exercise I'm going to show you today. That's coming onto your knees. And we're going to place your right foot in between your hands. Doesn't matter how you get it there, but you're going to place that right foot between your hands. And then you're going to lift yourself up. And you might end up losing my head a little bit on this, but hopefully you can see me. Lifting yourself up, and we're going to place your hands on that front leg. Sink the hips forwards. And we're trying to get a stretch down the front of this back leg. So it comes into the quads a little bit, but also into the hip flexors again. So we're up nice and tall using our hands for support. And if you want to go one step further, you can bring the arms up high as well and almost try to arc through the spine. And that perhaps increases the stretch coming up into your abs a little bit as well. And then when we're ready, you can bring the hands down, step the leg back, and of course go on to the other side. So you've got 3 exercises there that we're working on through February. Lots of other routines for you to go ahead and try out on our YouTube page, so hopefully I'll see you again very soon. Thanks a lot.